So, Acho, what side should cave in negotiations? Dak or the Cowboys?
Sel, I love jumping right back into the saddle where we left off.
Let's go.
On these Dak contract negotiations. Dak should cave in, and Dak needs to cave in first. I hate using the word cave in because it sounds as though you're getting the raw end of a deal.
I thought you were going to cancel Caveman. Captain Caveman cancel too. All right,
I hate using that term, but here's why, and there are three primary reasons. The first is we see how quarterbacks are swapping teams right now. We see how quarterbacks are being moved right now. What happens if the Houston Texans wake up and have this grand epiphany that Marcellus has been leading on over the course of months, that Dak Prescott and Deshaun Watson are essentially equal?
I mean,
what happens?
Same amount of playoff wins.
What happens? What happens if the Texans make the mistake of believing that lie and they say, you know what? Let's swap headaches. Okay, Deshaun Watson, you go on to Dallas, and Dak Prescott, you come over here. Clearly, we have the ability and willingness to pay quarterbacks what they want, pay quarterbacks even more than they're worth. So say the Texans decide to make that mistake. Dak, you might wake up and be somewhere far more dysfunctional than Dallas. So first off, Dak Prescott, kind of count your blessings, if you will. Count your blessings. The second thing Dak Prescott needs to realize, Dak, you need the Cowboys far more than they need you.
I'm listening to this point.
You need them far more than they need you. Cowboys ain't made a NFC championship game in 25, 26 years. Since nearly I was alive, since I was born. That's how long it's been. So guess what, Dak? They used to that. Now, they might not want mediocrity, but the Cowboys are used to mediocrity. For the last 10, 12 years, they literally have been on average 8-8. And guess what, Dak? You ain't really changed that. You had a 13-win season. You had a 10-win season. You had an 8-win season. Like, Dak, you ain't got them where they haven't been in 25 years either. So you need them far more than they need you. And lastly, Sel, let's be real. You made a lot of money in your playing career.
A whole lot.
Tyrese. So you get it. Dak and the Cowboys are really delineating over about $10 million, right? He might want 37. They want to give him 35. He might want 40. They want to give him 37. Either way, we're delineating over about $10 million. Bro, ain't no state tax in Texas. So that $10 million you're delineating over, it's gone somewhere else. Say you go to Chicago. Say you go to New York. Say you want to be the Jets quarterback. Or say you end up being the Bears quarterback. That $150 million contract that Dak Prescott is roughly going to get, you're losing about $7 million worth of that in Chicago. You're losing about $13 million worth of that in New York. Again, I'm not going to sit here and tell a man that $10 million is nothing, $6 million, $8 million is nothing. I'm not going to do that. But what I am going to say is look at the bigger picture, Marcellus Wiley. And for that reason, Dak Prescott should cave, if you will, in negotiations before the Cowboys.
You done?
I'm done.
Oh, you finished and you done?
I just showed up. I had to get y'all something, you know what I'm saying?
And you showed up sharp, Mr. Scared Money over there. You can't tell by your attire that you really just exude scared money.
Every now and then.
Over here telling Dak Prescott not to get what he deserves, not to get what he's earned. You know who needs to cave in these negotiations? The Dallas Cowboys. Just like I made them cave in 2005 when I took Jerry out there and said, give me my money. And I ain't even earned it. But I took it. And guess there's a situation where Dak Prescott's like, I've earned it. You've had me on the cheap. And Jerry Jones has let his ego get into this negotiation where Dak Prescott actually hasn't. And that's one big difference between Dak Prescott and Deshaun Watson, which we'll talk about later. But in this negotiation, it's really simple. Jerry, you have the most value franchise in all of sports. Don't act like y'all not printing money out there. So since you're printing money, why not distribute that money to someone who earned it, someone who deserves it? That's Dak Prescott right here. Because you can have all the money in the world, but Jerry, you still may not have the entire world. What does that mean? Have all the money in the world, but don't have the world. I can have all this money. I can have this high value. I can have this franchise. I could be Jerry Jones, 3-time Super Bowl champion as an owner, Hall of Fame owner, and still can't get out of my own way because I don't know how to take care of those who have taken care of me. He has paid a lot of people on this team, a lot of people on this roster that haven't lived up to their name or their billing like Dak Prescott has. So to me, Jerry Jones reminds me of one of the younger off seasons, where I came back home to L.A. and I knew I was an NFL player. I knew I was a second-round draft choice. I knew I had some money in the bank, but I wanted the world to know I had money in the bank. And you know what I did? I went out there and rented a Hummer. Not buy, not lease, rent it. I just wanted people to see that I got it, and this is how I do it. And after a week of renting that Hummer, including meeting Janet Jackson, and she thought it was my Hummer, and that's a story for the off air. She didn't holler at me. I tried to holler at her. Whatever. Anyway, it almost happened. Hummer helped, but it was a rented Hummer. You know what that bill was at the end of that week? I remember it.
What's that?
$10,500.
To rent?
Gone, just the rent. Hey, Jerry, you rented Dak last year. For how much? $31 million. You trying to rent him again for $38 million? 2 years? $69 million rental. And then guess what? After that week, Janet wasn't trying to see me. I ain't no Hummer. Guess what? Dallas Cowboys, Jerry Jones, you ain't gonna want to see this team if you don't have Dak Prescott. You gotta buy that. You can't rent that.
I love doing this show with you, Sal.
Come on, man.
I forgot how much I love doing the show with you because you take me places I was never going to go otherwise.
Ooh.
Now,
let's go.
Well, here's what we do know. We know that Janet Jackson has seen a Super Bowl more recently than the Cowboys. We know that.
Well, everything was seen in that Super Bowl.
That's true.
We saw it all.
That's another conversation for off air. But we know Janet has seen a Super Bowl more recently than the Cowboys.
Yeah.
We know that renting this Hummer almost got you them digits.
On Melrose, too.
Hey, Janet, what you doing left?
I got to tell you. I can tell you the
because
story.
you rented the Hummer. That's all the Cowboys need to do with Dak. You and I are almost, and I'm going to use that word a lot, we're almost saying the same thing, big dog.
I'm listening.
The Cowboys just need to rent Dak Prescott and see if they can get a Super Bowl.
Again?
Just like you rented that Hummer to see if you could get Janet. Now, you didn't. You came up short. You came up short. And the Cowboys have come up short. But my thing is, why commit to Dak? Because you don't know if you're going to get the Super Bowl anyway. Had you bought the Hummer, Marcellus, would you have got Janet? I don't know. Now, you have a beautiful wife, so you don't need Janet.
That's right.
You don't need Janet Jackson.
My wife keeps her clothes on at Super Bowls.
Yes, she does. Beautiful woman. Happy International Women's Day. But with all that being said, Sel, it's like Jerry Jones is actually making the right and wise decision. Let me give y'all some stats to back up these fun and opinions and jest. No team has ever won a Super Bowl with a quarterback commanding more than 14% of the cap. I'm not a genius at math, and I'm not going to bog y'all down with all that. All y'all need to know is this. No team has ever won a Super Bowl with a quarterback commanding more than 14% of the team's cap. Dak Prescott, based off estimations and approximations, would be commanding 21% of the team's salary cap if he were to be tagged. Now, even with that being said, if he were to be paid, now he's commanding more than that over a longer term. So let's be real. Let's have the conversation I haven't heard other people have.
Let's go.
If you pay Dak Prescott and he doesn't cave and you pay him exactly what he wants, you're paying him just to pay him. Like, if your ultimate goal is to win a Super Bowl, you know studies have shown over the last 50 years, no team has won a Super Bowl doing what you're about to do.
Okay.
So if you do pay Dak Prescott, you're paying him to appease the fans. You're paying him to appease himself. You're paying him to appease you. You're paying him to appease other national analysts who say you got to pay him because of what he's done. But you know for a fact, or at least for a stat, that if you pay him, you're not going to win what you wanted to win anyway. So you're paying him just to do it, ultimately. And I think Jerry Jones, it's hard for me to say Jerry Jones is too smart for that because he made a bunch of bonehead decisions. But I think Jerry Jones is kind of like too wise to be like, I'm not going to do something that I know won't work.
Really? And you're going to base all of this on your numerical studies that you just...
50 years of history?
50 years of history that you just digested right now with one Google search. That's what you just did.
This is homework. This is homework.
This is homework? Oh, okay. Well, that Bachelor episode going to be interesting. If this is homework, what the hell are you going to say then? All right, here's the thing. One, I didn't rent the Hummer the second time. I actually bought it. Convertible, too. Holla at your boy. 415s in the back, name all is stitched everywhere. Hood rich. I did that. But you know why I did that? Because I had the experience of the rental. And I realized opportunities gained and opportunities lost, including money lost, by just renting it. If I want it, go get it. If I don't want it, let it go. But Dak Prescott has all the leverage in that scenario. He's like, Jerry, let me go. Find out how much I'm really worth. You don't want that. That's why you keep trying to rent me. How about this? You're making the rent-a-car place rich, but you're not taking care of your money. You're not taking care of your players. You're not taking care of your franchise. So that's why a situation, once you get a taste of it and you realize how good it is, that's enough. This is the same Dak Prescott that leads the Cowboys after 5 seasons in all major statistical categories. Number 1. That's a franchise with Troy Aikman. That's a franchise with Tony Romo. That's a franchise that has some great players at that position. More importantly, Dak Prescott, when healthy, has never had a losing season. So renting it sounds cute, but why not invest in it simply? I can't look at the studies like you want me to, because the studies told me that a 43-year-old couldn't win a Super Bowl. Oh, that just happened. A study told me that a 43-year-old on a new team certainly can't win a Super Bowl. That just happened. A 43-year-old on a new team that has to go on the road 3 straight games and slay dragons, including Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl. Wouldn't happen, but it happened.
You talking about the greatest of all time. There are outliers. We know this. But is Jerry Jones really want to gamble $150 million and hope for an outlier? Because that's what the Cowboys would be doing. Again,
what?
2 things can be true. It can be true that Dak Prescott is deserving of his money. And it can also be true that if you pay Dak Prescott his money, you will not win a Super Bowl. They can both be true. Yeah. You can be right and I can be right. And I think Jerry Jones, his truth is the absolute truth because he has to cut the check. Okay. Because I think Dak Prescott is worth his $150 million based on the market value.
Right.
I don't think that Dak Prescott is actually worth that, but based on market value and market comps, he should get his $150 million over the course of 5 years, et cetera. Do the math roughly. But I think Jerry Jones also realizes, hey, big dog, if we pay you this money, we will not win what we are trying to win. Now, we might not pay you the money, and we still might not win. But I know for certain, if I do pay you, I'm not going to win. And again,
you don't know for certain. You know that history has told you and history has changed. We're living in a different world right now where everything is changing. Pepe Le Pew is gone, bro. You know Pepe Le Pew? You don't know Pepe Le Pew. Anyway, this world has changed so much, big dog.
But has the NFL?
Oh, good. The beauty of how we talk is sometimes we disagree and sometimes we mutually agree, but we still keep the tension alive. Let's keep the tension alive while we agree. You told me the NFL and the way that they go, the numbers suggest that Dak Prescott wouldn't win a Super Bowl. I wonder who has the most quarterback wins since 2016 and if any of them have Super Bowls. Does Tom Brady have any Super Bowls? He has the most wins since 2016, since Dak been in the league. Yeah. What about Russell Wilson? Yeah, he has Super Bowl. Drew Brees? Mm-hmm. Aaron Rodgers? Ben Roethlisberger? Dak Prescott right there. Oh, that list right there shows me.
Let's dive in because I
don't want to dive in. It's wet. You're gonna mess my hair up.
And this is why I love doing this show because y'all get smarter because he makes me smarter. I try to make him smarter. Let's go there.
You do.
Russell Wilson won his Super Bowl win on his rookie deal. Joe Flacco won his Super Bowl win.
He ain't on the list, but I get you.
But he should be. But he won his deal on his rookie deal. Ben Roethlisberger won one of his Super Bowls on his rookie deal.
No.
Tom Brady won his Super Bowls while taking pay cuts. Whoever else is on that list, the Eagles, when they won their Super Bowls, Carson Wentz was on his rookie deal. Patrick Mahomes, when he won his Super Bowl, on his rookie deal. All these cats, when they won their Super Bowls on their rookie deals. The Cowboys, I said it before, I'll say it again until y'all hear me or until y'all tweet about it. You should have won the Super Bowl Dak Prescott's first year, 13-3.
Here he goes.
That's when you should have won it. That's when Russ got his rookie deal. Big Ben got his first one, rookie deal. Joe Flacco got his rookie deal. Eagles Wentz got his rookie deal. Rams and Goff went to theirs.
So you tell me Patrick Mahomes is never going to win a Super Bowl again? You're not saying that.
I'm not telling you that. But what I know is this: he got his on his rookie deal. Is he going to win it again? I don't know. We got to see what happens when Tyreek Hill is like, you know what, run me even more money. When Travis Kelce in 2 years was like, you know what, I am 33, but re-up me again. I don't know if Patrick Mahomes is going to again.
But while you're saying give me more money, the teams, the franchises are getting more money. This year, obviously, an outlier with COVID. Yep. But going forward, the new TV deal, the new CBS, these teams are printing money. And the Cowboys print the most amount of that money. It's funny that I gave you a list of the guys who have the most wins.
Yes, sir.
And the correlation, which was, damn, they have the most wins, and they also all have Super Bowl wins. Dak Prescott has not missed that window. What he's trying to say is project, Jerry. You're going to have to give someone at this position some money.
That's true.
You're really going to go out there in a conference, forget the conference, in a league where the quarterbacks in the Final Four were Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Josh Allen, who's about to get his money, and Patrick Mahomes, who's a billionaire damn near. It's not going to happen.
Let me ask you this. It's
not going to happen.
But this whole conversation is based around this one question I'm about to ask you.
Okay.
If the Cowboys signed Dak Prescott to a long-term contract, do you anticipate they will win the Super Bowl?
Absolutely, because Dak Prescott is the leader that they need to bring out the intangibles and everything around them. There's no question about their talent level, right? What's going to close the gap with them? The same thing that closed the gap with Tampa Bay. Tom Brady's amazing still in performance, but greater in character, greater in the immeasurables that we don't give respect to. That's what Dak Prescott's trying to cash in on. You are pushing back saying, Dak, there's no state tax. Go to these places. You're going to lose money if you go to Chicago. You go to New York. How about I'm going to lose $10 million if I lose this negotiation? Acho, you are under multiple negotiations. I would hope all the money I see you making in that suit is telling me something, too. I hope you don't lose not a damn one of those. And I hope someone doesn't tell you, well, Acho, we're giving you this platform so you know you can give us some of that money back. You can say, I can have both. And that's what I'm telling Dak Prescott in this situation. You can have both. It's what the Marine Corps preaches. A couple of my friends in the Marine Corps, they say that they want someone with greater character over talent. Why? Because that character is something you can't measure. And that character is something you can't turn off. No matter how talented you are, sooner or later, Father Time comes to rob some of that talent. But he doesn't come to rob some of that character.